Assalamu alaikum everyone. In today's video we are going to solve questions from chapter 5 of updated NSM3. This is the first page of chapter 5, which is indices and standard form. In this video we will only focus on indices. So we are going to solve practice now 1 till 8, exercise 5a, question number 1 to 9, and exercise 5b, question number 1 to 4. These all questions are related to 7 major laws of indices. I'm going to discuss them one by one also. So we started this chapter with the recall questions of prime factorization. I just wanted to give my students an overview that indices is not a new thing for them. So they have already been using this in form of index notation. So they did prime factorization of two given numbers and then they write the factors in index form. So moving on to different laws. Before starting the laws, we discussed that 3 different bases we are expecting: constant, variable and units. And then we discussed law number 1, which is if the base is same and there is a multiplication sign, so indices will be added. So I have given them a general form: a raised to power m into a raised to power n would become a raised to power m plus n. This is law number 2, which is applicable when there is same base and there is divisibility sign. Law number 3 is power of power, which will be multiplied. Law number 4 is different base but the power is same and there is a multiplication sign, so we will take power of the whole. So you can see on your screen there are few examples we have written also along with different laws. Moving on to law number 5, which says different bases but the power is same and there is division, so we can take the power out. So below is practice now 1. There was only one question, and then there is practice now 2 question as well, which is solved on your screen. So we are applying basically law number 1 and law number 2. Bases are same, powers are different. So moving on to next part. So always remember that base remains same in first 3 laws at least. So in fourth and fifth law also base remains same, but there might be a simplification step which is done. This is question from practice now 4, or you need to apply the rules one by one. First you need to check which law is applicable and you can apply that. So my recommendation here is that you need to solve calculate coefficient separately and apply the laws on the rest of the variable terms separately. As you can see, laws are also mentioned with each step for your reference. So moving on to practice now 4, it was on page 158 of NSM3 updated version. So it's again the same rules. It is mostly rule number 4, and in practice now 5 it is rule number 5, law number 5 which is used. So you can simplify after applying laws if the question demands it. If question is saying simplify, you need to simplify the answer. So laws were not mentioned, but I have written which is each step of part C. First of all, it is power of power which is used. Question 3 of exercise 5a is about law number 3, where power of power is taken and it is multiplied. So you need to remember in the first 3 laws base remains same, but in law 4 and law 5 base is different but their power must be same. So moving on to question number 4, which is all about law number 5. You can see that there is there are different bases but the power is same and there is division sign. So bring them in the whole power and then simplify them. So you can see in all these that either the power is separated or you can take the whole power to solve the question. You can always simplify when you have taken them in the same power. Question number 5 of exercise 5a is solved on this page. So remember to deal with coefficients separately because mostly students make mistake in coefficients. They got confused what to do with these. So always try to find the coefficients separately, apply the operation on the coefficients and then use different laws for the variables. So moving on to question number 5 till 9 of exercise 5a. So laws are also mentioned for your convenience. So you can see, apply laws carefully to avoid mistakes of sign and power. So you need to be very careful. If you are going to write down minus 2 raised to power 3 and you are not dealing with sign, so you need to put brackets. This is very important and student makes mistake in that. And if you are opening the bracket, you are basically writing what is minus 2 raised to power 3. So you need to take power of the sign as well, and you need to see which sign will come in the answer. So this is question number 6. Moving on to question number 8. All the parts are solved. So you need to simplify until the expression is not in the simplest form. Keep simplifying. This is law number 6, which says if the power is 0, so the answer will always be 1. For example, a raised to power 0 is 1. 2x raised to power 0 is 2 into 1, which is 2. So practice now 6 of page 163 is solved. You can see that different parts are solved and the indices are used. So this is very important that these laws are applicable when there is multiplication and division sign. You cannot apply these laws in addition and subtraction. Is if there is a negative power, so take the reciprocal and the power will become positive. So this is very important that this law is not applicable on the base. Like sometimes you change the base as well, which is wrong. So we have to reciprocal the base, but the sign of the power will become positive. So this is exercise 5b, question number 1 and question number 2, based on laws, law number 6 and law number 7. In question number 3, law 6 and law 7 are applied. There is a mistake in B part of the question. Minus 2 by 7 whole raised to power 0 will become 1. So negative 1 will not be in the answer. So moving on to practice now 8. So now there are mixed operations. All the 7 laws are used. You need to identify the law and then you need to apply the law correctly. So you can refer to this page for first 4 parts of practice now 8. Moving on to rational indices. Rational indices are when the power is a fraction. So roots will also be rational indices, and if there is a fraction or decimal, they will also be called rational indices. So for that, for example, root is there. So you need to take prime factorization, find the prime factorization, write it in power, and then solve the root. As you can see in all these parts, we have figured out the base and its power. So for that, we did prime factorization and then we have solved the power, simplified it, and then found the final answer. So this is exercise 5b, question again. So 16 raised to power minus 1 by 4 will be written as 4 raised to power 2 raised to power 4. So moving on to question number 6 of exercise 5b. They are all rational indices. So you can see in D part it was 1.5, which is converted into a fraction also. So question number 7 of exercise 5b. there are roots, and there are powers. So we change them into rational powers to simplify the roots. So moving on to practice now 11, page 171. It is also based on rational indices. So you can say that we have taken the prime factorization, and then same method we have simplified and found the answer. So these questions are different, as there are rational indices, but there are variables now. So we have simplified the variables and then found the final answer. I hope this video has given you a good overview of 7 different laws of indices and their practice questions, and also about rational numbers and their practice questions. Thank you for watching.